We must at all times remain focused to the ball and allow distractions. And this unnecessary greed shouldn't be found among us. The situation and the challenges that we are facing now as Igbo people does not require anything outside collective thinking. What I mean by collective thinking, we should be thinking towards, things that will bind us together. Asina ukwu azịza ada agbaji nwe ọsịsọ mana iwere ofu mkpụrụ azịza ịgbajie ya. Ọ ihe na-eme na Igbo kịta. We must gather ourselves together because of the external forces, because of the challenges that we are facing now. We must always strive as much as possible to be collective in everything we are doing. I'm not saying that you will not do your individual things. So what I'm saying is that while you are doing your individual things, always consider what is happening to us. That is the point. When the idea of state creation came up, the first time I heard it, I was very happy. Even the idea of Anioma state, I was very happy. When the Senate approved the creation of extra states, I was almost, in fact, choking by that news. So, but there is something that is happening. I have come to realize all over the media, everywhere, the main issue, the purpose, the idea of state creation is always focused on Anioma state. Have you ever noticed that? Yes, I say I must bring it to the limelight that the major focus, what people have in mind, what Igbo people's majority are thinking is Anioma state to be carved out to the southeast. And if you watch the mainstream medias, that has been the case. Everybody is focused on Anioma state creation to be part of southeast. So why are we being selfish to this idea of Anioma state becoming part of southeast? Let it be on record that in 2026 or whichever, that the Southeasterners approve the creation of Anioma state to become part of them. Well, having said that, let's listen.
Now we're moving on to a very interesting conversation. Now the call for the creation of Anioma state as the sixth state in the southeast geopolitical zone of Nigeria has gained increasing attention in recent years. This demand is rooted in historic, cultural, political, and economic considerations that collectively make a compelling case for restructuring the current regional configuration. Now, for people, establishing Anioma state will not only correct long-standing imbalances, but also promote equity, unity, and sustainable development within the region. Now, joining us for this conversation, I have a passionate advocate for the creation of Anioma state, Professor Abigail Ogwezi Indisika. Good morning and welcome to TBC Breakfast Saturday this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers.
Good morning.
Okay, so now my first question to you would actually be, for someone hearing about Anioma for the very first time, what would be your strongest case for the creation of that state?
Okay, I think that we approach that first from our political history. From the time of Western Nigeria, Eastern Nigeria, and Northern Nigeria, where we had the two regions, we're being always referred to as Igbos, Western Igbos. We moved on to Midwest, we were referred to as Midwestern Igbos. Again, we had Bendel State, we were referred to as Bendel Igbo. Presently, in Delta State, 5 ethnic groups were gazetted. 1, Isoko. 2, Urobo, Ichekiri, Ijo, and Igbo. So we have been known as Igbo all the while. Now, when you remove the historical past, you also have to talk about linguistic affinity. I come from Ndokwa land. In Ndokwa, the parts of the body from your head to your toe is the same thing with Eastern Nigeria. So the languages of Delta North Senatorial District that comprise the Anioma people, it's actually mutually intelligible with Igbos. In fact, experts look at the languages and they are all genetically related. And therefore, it's time for us to live and stay with our kids and kin in Eastern Nigeria. Because some people have actually suffered some form of, they call it identity crisis. So, but thankfully, the Gazette, the current law of Delta State, recognizes Igbo, that's the 5th ethnic group. So we don't need any other justification for us asking to be the 6th state, in the Southeast geopolitical zone.
Very interesting there. I can see that this agitation is on at the moment, and it has to follow some constitutional requirements to ensure that it comes to pass. But do you see Anioma states, if this is possible, that it will solve some of the agitations of marginalization that some people are saying at the moment?
Yes, I think so, because at least the Southeast is the only geopolitical zone that has 5 states. I think Northwest has 7, all the others are 6. So creating Anioma states will address that imbalance, address issues about inequity, and also bolster the Igbo nation further. Because when you look at the Anioma landmass in Delta State, it's over 6,400 square kilometers. So when you add that to what they have, they will be having about 35,000 square kilometers as their landmass. Secondly, we will unite with our kith and kings. We're also coming with very strong population. So it's more inclusive for them, and I also think that we have what it takes, to be in the East. So beyond the population, we have very strong creative industry there. Asaba is a hub of film, in the country. So it will also boost their electoral strength, because we have over 3 million people. So I think that inclusion for the Southeast is better than exclusion. So I think that they should move for the creation of Anioma State and make it the 6th state in Southeast geopolitical zone.
No. Anybody listening to you now will say, why are you not comfortable in Delta State? Is it that these people are pushing you, are treating the Anioma people as a minority? Number 2, we have the River Niger there, which I think is one of the reasons why the Anioma people are in Delta State. And number 3, we have not talked about the political significance of creating this Anioma State. Could you touch on those?
Well, I think that the river shouldn't be an issue. I don't know if you have been to Nimbe in River State.
Yes, I have.
There's one small river that crosses the 2 places. So I think even within different states, you have rivers across. So there's no big deal. Our people trade easily at Onitsha.
Yeah.
Onitsha is a major market there. So issues around a river or no river, I don't think that justifies the exclusion. And I think that it's stronger for Southeast to actually get the Anioma people on their side, because it will make them bigger. So expansion is better than having the status quo.
What about the feeling of the minority feeling that the Anioma people have? Do you guys have that feeling at all? Is it one of the reasons why you want to identify more with the Southeast?
I think that we have that affinity. So our culture resonates with the culture of the Igbos.
Yes.
And people have classified us across.
Yes, as Igbos.
Yes, as Igbos. So I think that it's just a good time for us to seize the moment, and go to where we belong.
Okay.
So I think Mr. Etoma is feeling a bit rejected.
Rejected? No. I asked her 3 questions. She's just giving me answers to 2. Let's look at the political side. If a state is created, some people that were disadvantaged politically become advantaged. Are we looking at that as an incentive?
How do you mean?
Okay. For example, as Delta State, the quota system, the political heavyweights and all that, are the way they are now. But if Anioma State is created, some people that were playing local government politics might find themselves playing state government politics.
Absolutely.
Yes. Is that a consideration?
Well, it's not the major consideration.
But it is one of the considerations.
You have better representation. Governance will be closer to the people. State creation, take it or leave it, brings governance closer to the people. Imagine if we're still having northern, eastern, and western Nigeria till now. What will happen? So I think it's a win-win for everybody. Both the southeast and even the remaining part of Delta State. Because attention will be focused on the new capital for Delta State, because I think Asaba will remain our capital, for Anioma State. So, there will be improvement, because they'll begin to create structures in those places. Our people will have better representation. Because if you have about 3 senatorial districts, you have 3 people at the National House, speaking for the people. So they could get more toward getting more closer to the grassroots. So governance will get closer to the grassroots. So I think it's a win-win for everybody. In fact, it will enhance participatory democracy, if I have to use that expression. So I think that state creation is good, and Anioma is even the most viable. Remember, this agitation has been long.
Yes.
It's over 70 years. So it's the oldest request, in terms of state creation. And I think now is the time for both our leaders in Delta State and the Southeast people to see the reason why Anioma people should join Southeast. And that should be the state that should be created, because it's the oldest agitation and we're economically viable. The oil multinationals are there. We produce over 200 barrels of oil per day.
Wow.
So I think that it's the most economically viable.
Think that will be enough to be able to finance some of the economic issues in that particular state, if the proposed states are found?
I can tell you for free.
Before the emergence of the president, we saw how states were owing civil servants. So the emergence of the president, we can see that the president today is saying that hold your state governors accountable. The grassroots are accountable. Do you think that if Anioma State is established, the states will be viable enough to be able to meet the needs of the people?
Extremely viable. I can tell you. Agriculture were very strong. Oil production were strong. Creative economy, very strong. Sports, JJ culture, Lise, and what have you, were very strong. So I think that, in fact, trade and commerce were extremely very strong. So agriculture, we're strong. So I think the state has all it takes. Anioma has all it takes to be a state. Human capital. I'm here speaking to you. I'm a professor. And there are several diverse people, professionals all over. So we have the human capital, we have the natural resources, we have quality trade. So I think that it's the most viable of all those contending to be states for now.
Okay, so I'll say that. So now, you said this is the longest agitation, talking about 70 years. That's a long, long time.
Yeah, I wasn't born.
First of all, let's talk about why, based on your understanding and seeing, of course, you definitely know the roots, know the history behind all of this. Why do you think it has been rejected? The request has been rejected so far. That's one. Also considering the economic viability of it. Now, two is going to be now, at this point that we are in, now we're talking about national support. What level of national support is needed for the creation of the state? And also, considering the political climate in Nigeria right now, we're preparing for 2027, do you think this is the right time? And do you think Nigeria has what it takes to literally withstand the shifts that will happen if this were to happen?
Well, I think the momentum is very strong. The National Assembly, they are desirous of actually addressing the inequity in terms of state creation, in terms of number of states in a geopolitical zone. So, and the momentum is to make Southeast have the 6th state So the political will is there.
Is it about the numbers?
How do you mean?
To make it 6 states in the southeast?
Yeah, because all other geopolitical zones, if we're talking about equity and fairness in a country, all other geopolitical zones have 6 and one has 7 and another one is having 5. I don't think that's, if we're really talking about, fair representation, equity in treatment of different regions of the country. So I think that what the government is doing is right. And I maintain that Anioma state is the most viable of all the states. Not just being the most viable, it has the longest history of agitation. So I think that we should deal with these things layer by layer.
All right.
And so it's our time. It's the time for Anioma.
I would like the answers to my question behind the scenes, as we weren't able to answer them. It's fine, but right now we actually have to go. Thank you so much for being here with us. Of course, we're actually looking and praying with you with regards to this request. Thank you so much. Professor Abigail Ogwezi Ndesika. Thank you.
Thank you for having me on your show.
All right. So we'll be taking a quick break right now. When we come back, there's so much more still happening right here on TVC.
Also, the Ibanke people that are struggling to follow their brothers in the, Delta North, I want to urge you to continue what you are doing. I know that the Beninese are not happy with you. So, but just keep doing what you are doing. It is time to go back. The British and the subsequent governments also contributed to this problem because of our selfish interest in whatever we are doing. Selfishness always bringing problem everywhere and there in the name of state creation and every other thing. It was intentional anyway. So, but keep doing what you are doing. There is law guiding boundary adjustments. It can be done. Just keep pressing, keep your eyes on the ball. Don't let anybody distract you. Well, this guy felt very annoyed by what that lady told him or said. So he was annoyed. This Ibanke guy, he was annoyed, and if I had to watch the video, just watch.
All are very stupid. Whether Lizzie, Ziabi, Begede, I don't care to know your stupid name. You're so stupid and foolish that you people are so uncultured that you have failed to realize your boundaries. Unfortunately, Unainogi of Ring Road not know in own history. Because if you know history, I don't see the reason why he will be meddling in the affairs of Ndi Igbo, the Igbanke people. The Enoge of Ring Road does not know the history of Benin. He should publicly come out and talk his history. Our king, they know their history and they are saying it out loud. The Enoge of Ring Road should speak out and tell the world his history. We are Igbo people. Our king acknowledged that we are Igbo people. Can the Enoge of Ring Road come out publicly and say his history? You fools, you bunch of lunatics who come out and start talking rubbish. It is quite unfortunate that most of you are very delusional. Yes, you all and your Enoge of Ring Road and the entire 2 plots empire, imaginary empire set of people, you all are so delusional. You talk about suspension. I think you should use Google and check what is the meaning of suspension. The Enoge of Ring Road, his jurisdiction lies and dies in Ring Road. He doesn't extend to Igbanke. Just for your information, the biggest mistake that's ever happened to Edo State was making Enoge of Ring Road Chairman Traditional Council. And I would say that your Enoge of Ring Road is a disgrace to Edo State. Big disgrace. Big disgrace. Now, talking about chieftaincy title, I will tell you that the Enoge of Ring Road does not even qualify, does not have the credentials, does not have the qualification of a palace guard in Igbanke. He doesn't have the qualification. He doesn't have that qualification. And how dare you call my Ezes, my Obis, a chief? You must be stupid and delusional. All right. Thank God you said Senator Ned achieved Anioma State, and that is why you guys are hurting, and I expect you guys should be hurting. Since 1991, that Edo State has been created. Edo South, tell me any senator that have been there from Benin. Yes, because all the senators that have come out, they are all Benins. Tell me single achievement of any senator from Edo South, what they have achieved for the Edo South people. Talking about land in Edo, let me educate you. The word Edo is a political creation. There's no tribe called Edo and there's no language called Edo. For your own information, let me educate you. The Benin people, your jurisdiction lies and dies around the Benin. Igbanki people, we are Igbo people. And talking about land being ceded, how is that your business? This is Igbanki land and we choose where we will belong. We are Igbo people and we are Anioma people. We will be joined with our kid and kings in Anioma and the wider Igbo family. And there's nothing anybody, even from the Enogi of Ring Road, there's nothing any of you can do about it. The best you can do is to cry and rant just the way you people are doing right now. You must be a coward and a fool. The gods are proud of our obese in Egbanke. The land is pleased with them. Unlike your Enogi of Ring Road, we are pleased, the people of Egbanke are pleased. We are all pleased, unanimously pleased with our bees for representing our identity. And you were just here, you and your fools are just here, fooling yourself and fooling your ancestors, the Nomadians. How dare you? I don't first talk this thing that the Benins, most of una eardrum una they get problem for una eardrum. Yes, una they get problem for una eardrum. Una know they listen and una know they hear. Easy talk, not easy ball. You coward. You fool. You are very stupid. Egbanke does not have quota. I don't know anything about Egbanke and I'm not here to educate you on that. I'm not here to educate you on that. You are a fool for calling Egbanke Kingdoms quota. You are very stupid for saying that. Fool. Have you been to Egbanke? Do you know where Egbanke is located? You're here, you just come out here, you blab. You bunch of idiots. You bunch of lunatics. Where's Egbanke located? Where's Egbanke situated? You said, let's work with your stupid delusion. Mention the communities in Egbanke that speak Benin. Mention the communities in Egbanke that speak Eka. You guys don't know what you're saying, and you're all deluded to your Ring Road Palace. All of you are so deluded. On a forceful history, they amaze me. Anytime when they talk this rubbish, they make me laugh. How come people, why Benin people never leave their language? How, oh my goodness, you people are a bunch of cowards, bunch of fools. Well, it is quite unfortunate that an average Benin person reason with their annuals when it comes to tradition and custom. You people are so irrational. All right, I believe people that are answering Oba in Benin should go back to their Yoruba land because they are Yoruba people. They speak Yoruba according to you. People that have the same name with Benin, that share the same name with Benin. So, unfortunately, the Benins, the palace that answers Oba, they should go back to Yoruba land because Yoruba owns Oba. Talking about Isibo, tell me the meaning of Isibo in Benin. We have the meaning of Isibo in Eka and Igbo language. What is your meaning of Isibo? Do you think we don't know how you people corrupt language and you all are so identity theft? All identity theft. All of an identity theft. But Egbanke go chokuna, yes, big time he go chokuna. He go chokuna, big time. I thought you said Ogbomudia was not the head of Benden State. How foolish, how stupid you are. How stupid, how foolish you are. And now this rubbish one at the talk, now just that waiting they amaze me. I have told you, people, time without number, stick to your 2 plots of land in Ring Road and get the hell out of a bank business. You all should get the hell out of the bank people's business. Why bank matter the bogo now? And trust me, now the bank matter now go end now. Yes, it go end now big time. So you guys know, nobody have the monopoly of madness. You see that madness when I get for that place, make it just end for Ring Road and on a Noge Palace for Ring Road there. Make it just end for there. A banker is not Benin and a banker can never be Benin. A banker is not Benin and a banker can never be Benin. So make all of now get your stupid and filthy mouth. Really banker gini bonuli. Or dogbo no giono. Rapu bono. So what bono kun. Njera nje wobi. Unere re obode Italy la agbasawo la chapone dwezeku. Ezono le agban nele nwa. Rubbish you say that makes sense is let everybody be in peace. What we do should not be your business and should not be the palace of Yenogi of Ring Road. Get your stupid selves out of the Igbanki people's matter. We don't want you. We don't need you. Stay your lane. Day your day. Make we die our day.
Well, the idea of state creation dated back since 1947. I think 47 or 57, the creation of Anioma state. As in, the idea of fighting to bring Anioma back to the eastern side of Nigeria dated since 1957, according to the Obuzo of Ibuzo, as the traditional ruler of Ibuzo. So it's not today thing. They have been fighting for it all this while, decades ago. Why would they maroon them into the southwest or the other side of the Niger? Why not carve them to this side? That has been their problem. You see, before the war, I'm telling you, before the war, it has been a problem. They have been, kicking against it to today. So don't be surprised. It's not a new thing. It has been there. Go and, research about it. You understand what I'm saying. Well, having said that, let's watch this.
Okay, see, it get pattern where people don't really understand. When Lord Lugard, we merged the Northern and Southern Protectorate, 1914. When he want name Nigeria, who will give that opportunity? Flora Shaw, name us Nigeria. Fast forward, when Bender State was defunct, Asaba became the capital of Delta State with a female's influence. Miriam Babangida. See, these things, it go they happen. It go they happen. When people begin fight the creation of Anioma State, they thought they were all and all, especially the Anioma citizens. We begin fight the creation of Anioma State. The Tisena just make a fight. They didn't see it coming. Where we say some local government chairmen and some House of Assembly members for Anioma region signed against the creation of Anioma State. They said they be God. They thought it was their power. Look this video. We escort, we follow Anioma State stakeholders. Go visit, go for National Assembly. See them now.
Very excited for the committed to represent my king
now. Who you see there? The sham. is the representative of Olu of Warri. So if you're an Anioma person and you see the fight against the creation of Anioma state, at this point I will advise you make your bar break. Because a waste of time. This is a tripartite or tripartite, approach. The Southeast need Anioma, and they've been support, over 80% support. The Delta need Anioma. Who tell you say Delta no one get their own state? Who tell you say Delta no one get their own state with capital in Warri? Who tell you? Oh, it is no Anioma go they blessed if they create Anioma state. If they create Anioma state, Delta go they blessed too. Because they can't get their own state capital, can't still get their own 3 senatorial districts, can't still get House of Reps, everything will still be like that. They could enjoy it too. So the support Anioma state is getting is massive. No waiting at the thing say, I don't hear our voice again. We all know this self again. You don't pass una. It don't pass una, and don't no joke with a woman's influence, because I know definitely your sincerely wife will still want make in own area become capital. This is good. It's a win-win for all of us. Anioma state is real, and we are proud to join our Igbo brothers and sisters across the Niger. It has always been our roots. Let us be one with our brothers and sisters. Anioma state kanyi cho, nkanyi bu nkanyo. Anioma state kanima, kaichukwa mobodo anyo. Ika oshimili aniacha, ndokwa, po anono, ofasusu kanyi nasu. Umu Anioma, Igbo kwenu wo, si. Onye Igbo kambo. Una swibo, una jana abu Anioma with a shine like candle. Chuku gozi anyi bu ezigbo madu. One bawado.
We in UPU have sat down and said that we must have a review. And that is why, without missing words, we are not saying that we should create a robust state for us. But the current Delta state should be split. We need an Anioma state to be created out of the current Delta state. We need it so that we can have a fair share of what is due to Nigeria. We know that the fiscal federalism that has been enacted here, we are in tandem with them. So we are not going back there. But our cry to the National Assembly is that create a Anioma state for the current Delta state.
All right, you're welcome back from that clip. My people, there is nothing, so difficult that it is not achievable. Since this thing has been a problem, the way people are going towards it, I believe that one day it will come to pass. Except if they at a point to withdraw. But if it is a constant bombardment that people keep telling the truth how they feel, that they don't like belonging here, that this is where they want to belong, I think that they should be given, a free hand to belong where they want to belong. That is the freedom of association. It is a part of human rights. And especially when people are not being treated well. Because what brings about these things is when people are not being treated well. That's when they will start reasoning other things, how to become on their own. Well, I am stitching it until I come your way next time.